welcome back to Knits, Hooks, and Needle. Just making sure I have this done correctly. I first want to apologize about not being able to post anything last week. We had apartment inspections. Sorry, I'm trying to move my legs around here to be comfortable. My desk is in a new spot, but we had apartment inspections last week, and so along with the fact that I did that autumn cleaning thing, kind of like spring cleaning, I did it again, but a lot more deeper and intense, just to do inspections, and it drove me insane. But now my apartment is completely rearranged. My desk is more in front of the window now, so I will also get a little bit of natural light coming in, even though I'm using my circle light. Anyway, I haven't been able to do a whole lot since, between then and now. I only, did a little bit right here. But let's get to the regular introduction. My name is Ashley, and this is the Bucilla Nostalgia Baseball counted cross stitch with about 39 colors and a 10 by 16 inch Aida canvas that is a 14 count, I think. Is this 14 count? Yes, it is. It's a 14 count. And I do a little bit of the royal column and parking method. I do a little bit of both. Now I'm going to be sitting at a really odd angle because my cat happens to be, yes, I know, hi. Yes, kitty. He's like right in part of the spot where my chair should be, so I'm kind of at an angle. So let's get started on this. I'm so happy to be back. Before I start, I think I need to update where I'm at on my chart. Let's see. So we're about down to there, right? A little bit past it. Okay. Okay, so we have this done, so we just have these two here. It makes it a little bit easier to know where I'm at. There we go. Make sure I got all of them marked off. Alrighty. Okay, anyway, sorry, I had to pull it to the side a little bit, so now that's where I am. And also, good update, I have a new phone. Sorry if I'm bumping the camera a bit. Where's my... There it is. I got a new phone. Need to work out one little issue with the carrier. Rolling up my sleeves here. So I'm actually recording on my new phone, and so I hope that any of the quality comes out good, and I actually have enough memory now to make slightly longer videos. So I'm going to try to do more of a 45-minute video. It reminds me I should get a timer. Other than that, like, yeah, it's... Oh, I'm just glad I can get back to crafting this week. Just wasn't able to last week. I didn't even get to go on for my Twitch live, and I didn't even get the chance to tell people, hey, I'm not going to be on this week. I was constantly cleaning for at least, this is going to sound insane, about 5 hours a day, because I was deep cleaning and I was going room by room and, doing your typical, make sure the carpets are clean. you know, going through stuff that I can donate, even though I've done that already, and cleaning some of the most stupidest things, because I always get worried people are gonna like, oh my gosh, that's not very clean. And I have to tell myself, you know, calm down. It's okay. But I tend to get into a frenzy, and the day before inspections actually happened, you know, I kind of felt like I was going a little bit bonkers. Okay, so I could bring this one over. So we have going up to here. We'll bring it up over here. Or a little bit of, you know, traveling. Just then that way I can not cut it off too soon. Oh, so how was everybody else's weekend? Were you as busy as I was? Was it a bit more calm for you? Let's see. Now what am I looking for? I'm looking for the U. Yeah, I was able to find a few things though. So that would be this one. Okay. I hope everybody had a really good weekend. I wish I just hadn't been so dang busy, because after inspections were said and done, I basically took a nap like the same day after, you know, they came over, which was about 11 o'clock in the afternoon. Normal for the time that they usually show up. And I took a nap after that because I was just so tired. I'm like, yeah, no, I need sleep. And then the next day I was a little disinterested in pretty much everything. I was trying very hard to get myself in the mindset of crafting, and I couldn't do it. I don't know, I kind of felt like, you know, just being a vegetable that day. But I really do hope everybody else had a good weekend. And you know what? I don't even need to do that. Here, I'll set this to the side. Don't even need to do that. There we go. Yeah, especially now that I can record and not have to edit so much. I did not do that right. You know, with having to use that feature where it takes out all the you know, the quiet parts, the I guess you could call it the negative space of when you're chatting and there's a long silence, and so now I don't have to worry about that as much. And I've decided to alter my schedule for Twitch. I figure I will post videos on YouTube, you know, maybe 3 times a week. So you have this one. I've noticed that my knitting and crochet videos independently do better than the combined one. So my thought is I'll still do the independent ones and then do like a catch-all update once a month. Make sure I didn't pull it too hard. You know, so that I can at least get people caught up on what I'm doing. The cat has finally moved. Oh, I still kind of have to sit cross-legged. I mean, I could move this thing underneath. I just don't want to bump. I probably could do it. Just so I can sit a little bit closer to my work. Let's see if I can do this without moving my camera so much. Okay, if you see some jiggling, I'm sorry. I have a very heavy, what do you call it? Ooh, plastic bin. Okay, so it's moving it a little. Ooh, sorry. There. Just want to straighten this a bit. There we go. I just want to be able to sit a little bit, you know, where my legs are actually underneath my spot. That's better. And I've been watching Halloween stuff, you know, both the family-friendly kind of movies and then the more scary ones. And I've been watching the scary ones with my son. He got me to watch it. The two new adaptations of, or I should say the remakes. Could have done that a little bit more here. How about? And he would tell me when to not look, you know, because I'm a Stephen King fan, but the premise of, you know, the type of people that are, you know, being terrorized, or actually, you know what, I'll bleep that part out. The type of people that are the subject of Pennywise's actions kind of bothers me. Trying to put that in a very lighter sense so that, you know, don't get in trouble on YouTube. I'm trying to bring it up right here. So my son would tell me when to hide my, you know, cover my eyes, you know, and he would mute the sound for some parts. Because even though he understands why it bothers me, he still wanted to make sure, you know, I wasn't freaked out about it too much. You know, the storyline was great. I just kept my eyes closed for some parts of the movies. And so I did like it, just I didn't see some scenes because I didn't want to. There we go. And it was kind of funny. My son was telling me for the second part, chapter 2. He's like, "Oh, by the way, there's going to be a special appearance of somebody," and being a Stephen King fan, I already knew who it was going to be because it's not that shocking. You know, Stephen King makes an appearance in some films, not all of them. And I know that because the first time I had noticed that he had made an appearance, I think was in The Stand. That's the first time I noticed it. I actually do not remember what that one's about either, which is kind of sad. I have a general idea in my head, but I honestly, like, I don't remember the whole story. It'd be interesting to find out how he started making appearances in his own films. So my son was all shocked. He's like, "How did you know that?" And I said, "Well, for one, I recognize him from the back of his head. And two, I kind of already knew that he would do that." Actually, I think I'll start from over here. So it's 3, right? Okay. I know normally I'm kind of doing it slightly backwards right now. So it was nice to sit back and relax and watch that after having cleaned so much for the whole week. And my middle child wants to dress up as Beetlejuice for Halloween, and considering the fact that, we don't have a whole lot of money this October. It's been a busy October. I'm gonna see if I can manage to crochet a granny square type or granny stitch type jacket type deal for her to wear. I don't think I could work out the pants. She decided that she wanted to be like the groom version, and I don't know about her hair. She's got long hair, so I'll have to see if I can figure out how to color her hair. Because I'm going to have to do, some green and white. I'll have to figure out how to do that. And for anybody that's outside the US, I know that not all countries celebrate Halloween. I just do it for more of the fun. It's nothing, like a huge deal, really, for me. And that's okay if people don't celebrate it. You don't have to. I will say that the reason why we do have technically trick-or-treating, from my understanding with watching Tasting History with Max Miller on YouTube, from what I understood, I believe that was the channel I heard this from anyway. A lady, I can't remember in what state of the US, used to have her vegetable garden, kind of demolished every year from kids going around and like just smashing stuff. I guess there's some sort of history behind doing that. I don't remember what it is right now, but what she did was she decided to get the community involved on having the kids go around, in outfits or whatever. I don't know if outfits were part of it, but, and, it's just asking for candy and, getting candy and saying trick or treat, so trick being, doing things that you probably shouldn't, and treat, don't do it and get a candy out of it. So that was my understanding of why that started. But the actual history of the holiday is a lot more complex than a lot of people are aware of. It's not all based in, nefarious intents. Is that the right color? Probably not. Okay, so the color I need is the, I think I'll just go with this one. It's not all started with that, and there's a lot of Irish history behind it. And if you know the history of the Irish and the English, you can probably guess why some of it might have been criticized. But I don't know that for sure, but that's just an idea. So some of it came from Ireland, and then other parts of it are American, and other parts come from other origins. Some of it's both an old and new mishmash of things. But I will say that the holiday altogether is not like it was when I was younger. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it seems like there's not as much going on, to be honest. And who knows? I mean, it may end up being, I don't know, just a holiday season to watch scary movies sometime in the future, you know. And they'll sit back and say, yeah, they used to do this and that. I don't know. It could happen. But yeah, we don't necessarily celebrate anymore. We just watch a lot of the scary movies because my kids are older. But my middle child is still, you know, being that she is disabled and special needs, she still has that mindset of, I want to go get candy, Mom. You know, and so it's really hard to explain to her how that goes when you're older. So I'm thinking this year might have to be the last year where we just go trunk or treating. Actually, I can pull that up. Because the other two kids aren't, you know, they're not into it as much as they have been in the past. Let's see. I think I did a knot. There we go. And that's to be expected, you know. Sorry about my voice getting hoarse there for a second. I told myself to do a timer. I haven't done that yet. Hopefully we can get like some of the bleachers done in this installment. Trying to kind of wanting to be messy with me right now. Yeah, it's trying to be a little messy. Let's see if we can fix it. Yeah, it's still wanting to be a little bit messy. Because you can see the little, see if I can try fixing that. See if I split the threads at the end. If I pull on one individually, maybe that might help. Let's see. No? Okay. I just want it to be at least a little bit neat. I think it's wanting to be difficult with me right now. Don't you love it when it just does not want to be nice to you? Like I can see where I want to, there we go. If I can see it better, that'd be great. I feel like I'm backwards with this. Okay, let me trim it a little. Yeah, you can see where it was trying to be difficult right about there. So I think I might trim it back a little bit more if I can't get it to straighten. Yeah, there is an interesting knot. There. Trying to keep everything to where it just fits together. I do. I feel like it's backwards because I think I came up through here, not here. At least I'm just trying to fix it. Okay, where's my little thing? Yeah, I want it to be neat and not have these like little bubbles in it. There we go. So much better. Might come up at that corner. And I'm thinking about starting back up with NaNoWriMo, which is, you know, a writing challenge done in the month of November. Okay, we have... And I have this idea. I'm hoping it will work out. Let me see, trying to make sure I got the right color. Okay, it's the same as this one. Or, okay, cool. I should have just jumped. That's okay though. You know what? I'll do it the other way. Since I jumped a little bit and didn't notice the color below, I will just do that. See if I can get that in there. But yeah, so I got this idea rolling around in my head, and I decided, I have several ideas, but I decided to pick one that I thought I could work on a lot easier. And so I am currently trying to create the outline because I prefer making an outline with my writing, and it's been years since I've written anything creative. And right now I'm just trying to do the prep work so that when NaNoWriMo starts, you know, I'm ready for it. And if you're interested in keeping up to date on that, let me know in the comments. You know, it's going to be... I decided to make it more of a young adult fantasy, so, you know, kind of like for the older teens, maybe. Maybe middle school. I mean, I write stuff that's for older audiences as well, but this one I think would fit well for a younger audience. But that doesn't mean that adults can't read it. Adults, of course, can read young adult novels. It's not weird. You have books like Harry Potter. A lot of adults have read that one. You have Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children series, and you know, adults read that too. I remember when I first started reading that one, I can't even remember how I came about knowing about that book. But I just became so, you know, entranced with the creativity of that book. And I guess it made its way onto like a NPR, a Wyoming public radio where my brother lives. And he calls me up one day. He's like, hey, I heard about this book and I thought maybe you might like it. And he told me what it was. And I said, oh yeah, I've read like about 2 of the books. I think there was 2 books at the time. And he's like, oh, okay, well at least I have a good idea of what you might like to read. And, you know, there's not all fantasy books do I read. You know, I'm not as big into it as I was when I was younger, but it doesn't mean I won't read it. I'm just a little bit more picky now. But yeah, there's plenty of young adult novels that are, it's perfectly fine for an adult to read. And it's going to be, I think the way you would describe it, a readaptation of a classic novel. I just kept thinking it would be so interesting if it was done in this way. But I'm not going to be using the same names or the characters. It's just going to be more like a... I don't want to say it's a love letter too, because it's not. It's just like a different way of retelling the story, except in like a very modern sense. You know, none of the characters will have the same names. A lot of the characters will not be, what do you want to, what I call it? They're not going to, the description of how they look will not be the same. But there's going to be that general idea. So I'm kind of excited to try to get that down on paper, you know. I'm just going to go like this. If I run out, then that's okay. See if I can do at least one more. I don't like going too far. And I'm still trying to figure out how to build up anticipation for the story, or for the book. And I've read these things where some authors create like a website for their writing, and you know, they post stuff about the book on there, and it builds up this like anticipation. The thing is, I'm very confused about how that would work, because you know, how do you keep that from being, you know, plagiarized by someone else claiming that it's theirs, you know? So I'm thinking I might, if I even decide to do that, I want to look more into how that's done, because I don't know if that's like the safe bet to do, you know, or how it's done. Like, is it as you're going along? I have no clue. I just know that I've heard about authors putting it on their website, and I just thought, what do you mean? You know, how does that not get taken from somebody? Like, oh, well, I'm going to claim that it's mine when it's not theirs. You know, it's just questions. Other than that, I mean, I wouldn't mind trying to build up anticipation for the book. I think that is a good idea. Even if I do get the chance to actually publish it, you know, as a first-time author, and I do plan on doing self-publishing. I think one thing that's going to be nice having my desk more in front of the window is that I'll be able to see people coming up to my place, you know, being in an apartment. That way I can actually see people coming up, because yes, my desk would be more in the living room. Actually, it's technically the dining area, but that way I can actually see people. After I finish this row, I'm going to look at the time. Because I did want to make it only about 45 minutes. Let me see if I can read it. Oh, it's at the very 34. Awesome. So 34 and I said 45. So 11 minutes? Okay. So that means I need to see. Let me go get my other phone, because it's still functional. So this is the old phone. that I was using. And so this was like the 1+8. Okay, let's do a timer for 11 minutes. All right, because then that way I can know when to get done with all this. And it looks like I need to update, oops, sorry, my chart. I imagine I'm probably going to still be going down a bit. Okay, I think. Okay, sorry about the, movement of the camera. So we are down to the third one. Third. I didn't necessarily need that one. That's okay. No, I have that right. Good. So I know I'm going over the little thing. Okay, now that way I can know where I'm at. Let's see, where's my, I use this thing to clip it on to the mic that I use for other stuff. Okay, since we're not going right in this area, you know what? I covered it up a little bit. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Pulled it over a little bit. So just 2. So we're getting a little bit more into the stands. Just doing the sky that's right behind it. I'm going to try to put up my Halloween decorations today, since I don't have to worry about cleaning and I don't feel as tired. You know, I want to put up my decorations. I have this really big spider for the window. It's really cool to look at. Oh. And then just do 1. Okay. We're done with the sky part here. Do the loop end. Oops, right there. Go right here. Sorry, I'm trying to focus on getting it through a certain spot, because then that way, you know, less likely to come loose. Put that over here, and it looks like I'm just going to reflip my thing real quick. Okay, we have some, that's black. I know that symbol. That one's going to be black. Yeah, I kept my black all in one spot, along with white all in one spot, so then I don't have to actually have it next to any colors that might be very close to that color. I'm just so happy now I can actually do longer videos. And I don't have to compensate for you know, how I make them. At least 2, we can get more done in a video. I don't look at that. I didn't even need to do it. I think it's just because it's been so long since I actually worked on it. I kind of forget the fact that I did parking method. Just trying to get this in there. Sorry, I gotta kind of bring it to my face a little bit. I know if I hadn't been as busy doing other stuff, I'd probably be like more over here probably. Who knows? And heck, I missed at least altogether like 2 weeks, I think. I'm also happy that at least today I can just be a little bit more chill about everything. Get back to doing what I was trying to keep up doing with videos and stuff. I'm thinking I might just have to do like a sped up version when it comes to back stitching this whole thing. Sorry for bumping the camera. Just hoping I have that. Okay, we have question mark here, right? Question marks here. Okay, I'm gonna do that. That means we go right here. Just trying to make sure I don't accidentally stitch into a spot that I need. Almost done with the black for this little tiny area. making sure I have this right. I don't think I do. I needed to go 1 over. Oops, didn't get quite through the eye. Trying to get this done before my timer goes off. Uh-oh. And I'll just finish this real quick, this little row. So at least we got most of it done today. We did a lot more than it would have been had it been 30 minutes. Just do this real quick and we'll park. And thank you for watching today. I hope you've been having good days. And if you've had any rough days, I hope they get better, that they don't linger with you for too long. And I hope that you have been keeping up, drinking your water, and being mindful, which I do plan on making a little video as to why I say that. Let me know in the comments what you're working on. And also, do you partake in NaNoWriMo? It's my first time going back to it in years. And, you know, I guess you can make friends with other people on there. I'm not sure. I've never actually done that. But, and then if you would like to have me keep you updated on that as well, let me know. Again, drink your water, stay hydrated, be mindful, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.